Hello and welcome to another Happy Path leveling guide for Everquest. And just a disclaimer, this is my opinion on what the Happy Path is, but typically this is some of the best place to go for 1 to 60 in Kunark. So let's see how this goes. Here we go. Alright, so Happy Path in Kunark. This is what I think is the most optimal path. You start in your starting zone, get to 10. Guk Top is going to be a really nice place to go if you can get a group to go there. You can stay there till about 25, 30, and then go to Guk Bottom till about 40, 45. These are all, variable at the end here, right? From 45, you can either go to the Hole, Sibyllus, or I think Karnar's Castle is a good option, but I didn't list it here because typically I don't really like that zone, but for the most part, Hole or Sibyllus will get you to 50. And then Sibyllus kind of slows down on the top part around 50 to 55. So you're going to be like, oh, that's not that good. But the lower part and the jail and the jugs will get you all the way to 60, but I don't recommend it. I don't even recommend going to Sibyllus at all until you're 60 and you're farming loot, because Sibyllus is the loot option, if you will. That's guy I talked to, Exit calls it that. And Chardock is the experience option, because you get different kind of loot in Chardock and different kind of loot in Sibyllus. Chardock, if you're already 50, you can go straight there with a group at 50, and you should have no problem in Chardock getting all the way to 60, and it goes pretty quick indeed. So this is my opinionated Happy Path, right? So let's go through some other slides here, right? So this is the Happy Path alternative zones for the classic expansion. So you got East Commons from 1 to 10, Befallen 1 to 20, Mistmoor 20 to 30, Soleil 20 to 35, and if you remember in the Voxel stream, the Soleil was really nice, all the way to 40 for the most part. Kazakh, you can go there to 20 to 35. Maybe you could probably get a little higher there if you are so inclined. And then Upper Guk you can go from pretty much, if you have help, you can go from 1 to 25 there, no problem. 35 is pushing it, I would say, but that would be the range you could go there. It just depends on what your group composition is. And then some Kunark zone alternatives. So if you're an XR, you get really early access to Kern's Tower. I say about 10, you could probably get in here a little earlier, but around 20, it kind of bottoms out. About 22, you're just like, everything's light blue or green, and you're just like, why am I here? So kind of keep that in mind. But it goes pretty fast, and if you want bone chips, that is a phenomenal place to get bone chips, especially with this FTE thing, right? I just tag everything and kill it. So it'll be nice. A City of Mist is really good from 35 to 50. I did dig a character in 50 in City of Mist in one of these playthroughs I've done. So it's a viable option. It's just harder to do, right? Because you need to kill, to get decent experience, you have to get past the Jade Reaver guys, the what are they called? The Reavers? I think they're the Black Reavers or something like that. I can't even remember what the mobs are, but they're like big golems that are like pure black. It's pretty crazy. And they blind you and stuff like that. And they're pretty rough if you're in this level range, but why not? Durga and Nurga, these are the goblin dungeons. You can kind of start here about 30 and end up about here about 45. So if you're going for the Chardock faction, so you want to get positive Chardock faction, so you can do the Chardock ring and the Chardock shoulder bracer item, the Spirit Rack cords. You're going to want to probably spend your time here killing goblins. That'll probably be your best time spent, because from what I can tell, most races except XR start at -50 to threatening, so you just need to make 50 kills and you're threatening to Chardock, and you need Warmly to do the quest, so about another 2,500 kills, and you should have the faction required to do those quests. Lake Omen is a really good zone. You can stay here from 1 to 40. I think in one of my playthroughs, or one of the times I leveled some XRs, I started in Lake Omen, and I just started killing my way until I got to 40, which was involved killing the goblins in the lake towards the end of there. But definitely it is possible to go from 1 to 40 in this zone. It gets slow, but it's possible. And then Kunark's Castle about 40 to 55. I don't like the zone because like when I get to Kunark, I'm already 50, and it's just not that great of a zone most of the time because of you know how many trains there are and stuff like that. But with FTE, this could be a little bit better of a zone. I haven't experienced it yet. For the new TLP. So all right, so for profit zones, these are the zones you're going to want to go camp things in. I kind of left it the same for the classic version of the zones. So Wrath Mountain Hill Giants, Oceaneer Sea Fairies, Everfrost Ice Giants, Lower Guk, and Soul Bee, right? At 50 and max level, right, going back and farming these zones is trivial, and you'll make a lot of platinum in farming items or just pure platinum drops, selling the fine steel and stuff like that. Very good. These won't be, they're highly contested in classic, but as everybody moves to Kunark, these should free up a little bit, and you might be able to experience that. And then Kunark, there's a lot of camps you can go to, and I highly recommend doing these at 60 to collect the items, right? You got the Sibyllus Crypts, you know, the Hierophant's Cloak drops here, which is a multi-chrono item. Jugs drop tons of spells. The bank in Chardock drops a lot of good items, and the over-under also drops a lot of good items. Pretty much every camp in Chardock drops something nice. Like, there's all kinds of cool stuff you can pick up here in Chardock, and all kinds of cool stuff you can get in Sibyllus. But you're getting at 60. This is where you're going to be spending your time. To go and take a look at all the EQitems.com stuff and see what items are on your list of what you want to do and what items you need to go farm, right? Like, for example, I play a warrior main, and there is I think it's a shoulders I want from Chardock to drop off the mobs in the kennels, I believe. There's a belt somewhere in there it drops too. There's a few weapons you can pick up in Chardock. There's a snare hammer, I believe. I can't remember where that one's at, but lots of items you can pick up in Chardock. Lots of items you can pick in Sibyllus, right? So Sibyllus near the jugs, right? Where the mushrooms are, you can get the fungi tunic from the king. You can get the fungi staff also from the king until they nerf that. The fungi staff is a phenomenal item for giving anybody the ability to regenerate spell regeneration. So that's pretty good. And then what else is there? Oh yeah, as a warrior, the shrooms also have a chance to drop a cobalt bracer, which gives me the ability to shrink myself instead of having to have stuff. So once I hit 60, I'll be going there, right? And I'll be clearing that. I'll be clearing it in multiple DZs. I'll be clearing it in multiple picks. I will be doing it until I get my cobalt bracer, right? I only need one because I prefer the hate bracer over the cobalt bracer for usage, but the clicky is important. So definitely worth, kind of going to look at those items and see what you can find that you need and where to get it. Others, if you have a suggestion on a spot I might have missed, post in the comments, let other people know. Good to share the information. Lots of picks spawn, so you're not going to lose out. But here we go. There's the the YouTube channel. The second channel, Twitch, that's where I stream. Twitter I don't use. Reddit I don't use. Discord, I'm fairly active on Discord. And I don't use Odyssey anymore. I just didn't update the slides. But there we go. There is the happy path for Kunark. I hope to see people out there, and thank you very much for watching. Please have a fantastic day.